Giving up is easy. Fighting is hard but worth it. Sonia Parker. Hello, my name is Austin and welcome back to my channel. Today is day number 14 of Camp NaNoWriMo. We are already at the 2-week mark. That is absolutely crazy. Honestly, I have no clue how we are already at the 2-week mark. I feel like I just filmed my 1-week video yesterday, but it was already a week ago, which is absolutely insane. I am in shock that we are already this far. Speaking of how far we are, we should be at 20, I don't know. We should be at 23,338 words today. Currently, I am at 22,409 words, which is just 900 words behind. If you're new here, that might seem pathetic, but for those of you who are returning, you know I have consistently been over 1,000 words behind for like 10 days. So this is the first time ever I am less than 1,000 words behind. Woo, 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 woo. Maybe I will catch up someday.
Maybe I will reach my goal someday. Maybe I will write my book someday in a century.
Seriously though, I am super excited about my book and I hope yours is going well too. I hope you were able to get all of the words in that you wanted to get in today or edit the pages you wanted to edit. Whatever your goal is for Camp NaNoWriMo, I hope you were able to succeed. And if you haven't yet, you should go do it because it would be worth it to go and do it. Get it in. You will feel good about it once you finish it. You should go do it. Technically, I just finished the 2nd chapter of my draft, so I'm about to start the 3rd. If you're new here, you also wouldn't know, but I just started my draft a couple days ago, so no, it's not like I have 10,000 word chapters. My chapters are about 3,000 words each. Right now, my draft is about 6,000 words, I believe. I'm not 100% sure. But I just finished chapter number 2 and I'm excited to move on to chapter 3. I am really enjoying writing my book. It's going by a little slow, but oh well. Speaking of my story, I have been writing a lot of dialogue, and that is something that has worried me over the past few days as I've written my draft, because I'm like, oh my god, my dialogue is a lot. Are people gonna hate my book because it has too much dialogue? Or is there actually too much dialogue? Is this the right amount of dialogue? And I have found myself reading some of my favorite books to see how much dialogue they have, and I am decently on track. I will probably cut it down in editing, but I'm just gonna keep going for right now. Dialogue is something that is tricky for me to write because it feels weird sometimes to like not include any sort of small talk or any sort of small things or anything. So I have been looking up some articles and blog posts about some writing tips when it comes to dialogue. And so I thought I would share some of those tips with you that I have stolen from the internet, but most of them I also realized myself because I have read lots of books and I have discovered these things for myself. But if you do not know, here are some of the tips. Tip number 1, keep your dialogue brief.
Rick took a step on the pavement, and then he took another one right over the yellow line. After that, he stepped on a crack, and following that, he went right over the curb. He looked over to his right and saw a super rusty white van that had a crack in the windshield. If the van's windshield had been a map of the entire world, the crack would have landed right around the place where Beijing, China is. Other than that, though, he just continued walking step by step by step, until eventually he made it halfway to the store. Once he reached halfway to the store.
Instead of saying all that, you could have just said, Rick walked to the store, and that would be a tad bit briefer. Tip number 2, avoid small talk.
Hi, Sarah.
Hi, Rick.
How are you?
I'm doing fine.
How was work today?
I didn't do much.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah.
So, that was some small talk. It's not necessary for your story most of the time. You could have just said the two had small talk before discussing their plans to find the treasure. I don't know what your story's about, but you could just skip all of that and go straight to the treasure talk. The third tip is to give characters a unique way of talking, and so this can happen through giving them different phrases or giving them different sentence structures and the way that they speak, or giving them different attitudes shown through their dialogue. Example.
Oh my god, she is like so freaking cool. I'm just so exhausted. It's not even funny.
That could be Ella, and then there is her professor, Mrs. Dr. Stellapina, and she could talk like,
The qualitative data and the quantitative data from this experiment is something that can reach no conclusion. Everything the subjects have said in their trial is something that further proves the hypothesis to be correct.
examples. I'm going crazy, I'm going crazy. So, I'm going to keep these tips in mind while I continue to write, and I hope you do too when it comes to dialogue. Sorry if this wasn't actually that helpful because I don't know much. I am just a wannabe writer, not qualified.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Thank you so much for watching today's video. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed it. I will be back here tomorrow for the midpoint of Camp NaNoWriMo, day number 15. I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.